I thought I was going crazy when I was seeing similar faces when they were in the city, and I had to go back and look at all the background characters. Yeah, the animation for a lot of the people were the same. It was a bit weird. I feel like the animators didn't think we would notice, because honestly, who would notice? Star Wars nerds. That's who. Spoilers for episode 4 after Papa Palpatine.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
Quick synopsis for episode 4. So in episode 4 Cornered, the Bad Batch decide they need money, supplies, and fuel for their ship, and the best place to land is a planet called Pantora. Their Hunter, Echo, and Omega go into the city to sell some weapons for credits, to get food, and Tech and Wrecker work on the ship, where they're modifying the ship's signature so the Empire can no longer track them. However, Fennec is drawn to the planet with the job of retrieving Omega for her client. And that's when a simple stop turns into a whole thing. I know I said in an earlier review that I wouldn't mind them going on one-off missions every episode, but I meant like go to scary planets with scary creatures, or go on bounty hunting missions for credits. I didn't mean speeder chases in cities. That's not what I wanted. Though I obviously understand there's a high demand for car chases. That's why there's like 22 Fast and Furious, and there's gonna be 7 more out by 2024. Do you think that's gonna be a thing where they have to stop every episode to repair something on their ship or to refuel, and at the same time there are bounty hunters after Omega? Because it's sort of sounding like The Mandalorian, but animated. Although I guess I wouldn't be too opposed to that, because The Mandalorian is awesome. Speaking of awesome, Fennec, amazing in this episode. I talked about last year when they released some of the, I think the very early concept art that it didn't look very good. You can probably go back and Google it. And then they released another promo image, I think last month. I talked about it in a Star Wars news video, and she looked a lot better. Well, in this episode, her character was beautifully done. So I'm really excited that they kind of polished it before they put it out there. I'm also really excited that they got the actual live action voice actor for the character to voice her animated character. So that was an added bonus. And if you're like, oh wow, she was more of a badass in this episode than she was in The Mandalorian, guys, it's 28 years before The Mandalorian. Once you get a few decades under your belt, you're not as good, okay? To put it kindly, time ravages you. I know. Look at me. So I can see why she's not quite up to the bamf she is in this episode in The Mandalorian, because almost 3 decades later. I'm guessing the Kaminoans are the ones that put the bounty on Omega. That makes the most sense. 1, she was a helper for their surgeries and seemed like she was created specifically for that role. 2, her DNA is probably really important to them and they want it back. And 3, she left her job without giving 2 weeks notice, which is really fucking rude. I mean, honestly, there's no reason for the Empire to want her. 1, they don't know she's a modified clone. 2, they probably haven't even noticed she's missing, and they probably wouldn't care. They're too busy training loyal stormtroopers against the real threat, the rebel terrorists. So it has to be them, I think. I mean, right? If you think it's someone else that put a bounty on her, let me know. How many times is Wrecker going to hit his head? I swear his inhibitor chip is going to be activated or fixed a little bit, and it's not going to be so crazy that he automatically turns on his team, but it's going to be enough where Disney can do their thing, where through the power of love and friendship, he is able to overcome it and not kill his brothers. I will say, I don't know why Fennec didn't put a bullet, a blaster bolt through his head when she knocked him out. Like, it was the perfect opportunity. And we saw that she was willing to kill, so it's not like some sort of honor that she had. I understand the answer to it is plot armor, but it still, come on. You should have capped him. Echo, I just want to say that you are worth 50,000 credits, if not more. And I'm very happy that you appreciate yourself and were willing to push for more money. Also, those droids were really cute that you led. Tech using the cameras and the comm chatter to find Omega was a lot of fun to watch. I just really like Tech a lot. Those of you that have watched my other reviews know that I adore Tech, so seeing him do his thing is always fun for me. Omega has some amazing grip strength. Like, damn, girl. Oh, I brought this up, I think, last episode review. So Disney got that backlash where their clone characters weren't dark enough, like their skin was too light, and they said they were gonna fix it. I can't tell a difference, so if it really bothered you and you can now see a difference, let me know in the comment section down below, because I just can't see it. I also have a hard time telling the difference between off-white, egg white, and true white. I don't know. I would actually say out of all the episodes, episode 4 was the weakest. I liked it the least amount. I mean, we did get some forward plot progression. We know that there's a bounty out on Omega. We can piece it together, who actually put the bounty and why they want her. But we're only 1/4 of the way through season 1, so they have plenty of time to rev it up and bring us somewhere else. And like I said, I would really like to see them going on missions that just isn't, oh, we gotta repair the ship and then run around a little bit because someone's chasing us. It would be nice to see them go on actual missionary bounty hunting missions. Why didn't Hunter use his hunting tracking skills to find Omega? That was kind of weird. Maybe they were crunched for time. Why wouldn't Hunter go to other places and see if he could sell his stuff? It feels like he tried one and he was like, all right, well, fuck it. Here. Buy my droid. I thought in the end, after the droids did the whole repairing, that now that they didn't have their restraining bolts, they were gonna just leave. But it seemed like they were going back to the shop. So maybe they like their job. Maybe they like being enslaved. I don't know. I've never been enslaved, so I really can't say what was going on in their heads. I'm also never been a droid. So I know I gave them a little bit of a hassle about the animation and reusing character models, which was a bit distracting, but the animation is still beautiful. I mean, you can notice little things and still acknowledge that the animation is pretty good. But it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't bitch about something. But let me know what you thought of Fennec's hot ass in this episode. Like, subscribe, and come back for more Star Wars videos.